Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were never the perfect couple. They just made you believe they were. For years, Hollywood painted them as the ultimate relationship goals. Two A-list stars who balanced a perfect marriage, successful careers, and a growing empire. But the truth? It was all a facade. Behind closed doors, their marriage was anything but perfect. Ryan's obsession with control, Blake's calculated moves for power, and their shared desperation to maintain a flawless image kept their relationship afloat. Until now. Over the past few years, the cracks have become impossible to hide. From career jealousy to shady business moves, disturbing power plays, and exploiting personal relationships. Their entire marriage was built on manipulation and lies. But now, the truth is finally catching up to them. Their perfect facade is crumbling, and the world is beginning to see who they really are. And once you hear what's been exposed, you'll never look at Blake and Ryan the same way again. Ryan Reynolds has always struggled with being overshadowed by his partner, and his marriage to Scarlett Johansson made that very clear. Back in 2010, a close source to the couple revealed to Daily Mail that Ryan was extremely controlling in their relationship. The source said, "He can be an overbearing control freak. He's more traditional and she's more independent. When he wanted her there, he expected her to drop everything and come to him. She got tired of the double standard. Ryan simply couldn't handle being married to a woman who was just as successful, if not more, than him. And honestly, it seems like he carried that same insecurity into his marriage with Blake Lively. This could explain why he blatantly took control of Blake's latest film project, It Ends With Us, which was supposed to be directed and led by Justin Baldoni. But Ryan and Blake made sure that didn't happen. The film, which is based on Colleen Hoover's hit novel, was originally Justin Baldoni's vision. He secured the rights to the movie and was supposed to have complete creative control. But things started to shift the moment Blake came on board. And it only got worse when Ryan inserted himself into the production. This was the turning point, the beginning of their public downfall, as Ryan and Blake slowly stripped Justin Baldoni of his own project and made it all about themselves. Things took an ugly turn when Justin Baldoni, the lead actor, director, and the one who actually bought the rights to It Ends With Us, was completely pushed out of his own project. The craziest part? Baldoni was noticeably excluded from every promotional tour before and after the premiere. His contributions as both director and actor were almost erased, with Blake and Ryan barely mentioning him in their interviews. And Ryan wasn't even part of the movie. To make it worse, the official movie poster Blake promoted barely acknowledged Baldoni, despite him being the core of the project. This move sparked rumors of a major fallout on set, and people quickly began digging into Blake and Ryan's messy past that they desperately tried to bury. In 2019, Justin Baldoni was so touched by It Ends With Us that he personally wrote a heartfelt letter to Colleen Hoover, expressing his passion for adapting the book into a movie. He believed the story was crucial in shedding light on domestic violence and offering hope to those struggling in abusive relationships. His intentions were pure. He wanted the film to deliver a powerful message. In 2023, when Baldoni finally secured the rights and cast Blake Lively as the main female lead, Lily Bloom, things took a turn. Blake soon took on the role of a producer, which seemed like a promising collaboration at first. Baldoni had no issue with Blake stepping in to lead certain aspects, especially since he wanted the story told from a female perspective. However, he didn't realize that giving Blake that creative space would eventually lead to him being pushed aside from his own project. What made things even worse was when Ryan Reynolds stepped in and began rewriting parts of the script. While Baldoni still praised both Blake and Ryan for their contributions, he had no idea that the couple was quietly snatching creative control from him. Despite Baldoni being the one who acquired the film rights and was set to direct it, Ryan and Blake subtly positioned themselves as the new creative force behind the movie. And Baldoni, unknowingly, kept applauding them for their input, not realizing they were quietly tearing his dream project away from him. The shocking part? No one even knew Ryan Reynolds had secretly changed parts of the script until Blake casually revealed it on the red carpet. She proudly mentioned her husband wrote the rooftop scene, leaving people wondering how much control Ryan had over the film. Turns out, Justin Baldoni had his own version of the movie, but Ryan and Blake pushed for their own. Conveniently edited by Ryan's Deadpool and Wolverine editor, Shane Reed. This raised concerns about how controlling Ryan could be. This wasn't the first time. Back in Deadpool 1, director Tim Miller walked away from the franchise due to creative differences with Ryan. Fans later realized it was because Ryan insisted on calling the shots, which led to Miller quitting. Now, the same pattern is repeating. Ryan used his power to take control of It Ends With Us, overshadowing Baldoni and making the project all about him and Blake. Despite Baldoni's production company securing the film rights, Ryan and Blake had the upper hand due to their powerful Hollywood influence. With Ryan owning Maximum Effort and previously selling his gin company for a whopping $610 million, they never miss an opportunity to turn anything into profit. This is exactly what they did with Deadpool and Wolverine and It Ends With Us. Blake openly bragged about how she and Ryan managed to pull strings to feature their influential best friend Taylor Swift's song in the film. It was another strategic move to cash in on their high-profile connections. Interestingly, the film's editor, Shane Reed, was personally brought in by Blake. Shane had limited experience in movie editing, but was closely tied to Taylor Swift, having edited her 2021 music video, I Bet You Think About Me, which Blake directed. Blake recommended him to Ryan, who then pulled him into It Ends With Us, ensuring they had full creative control while sidelining Baldoni's input. During the release of Deadpool, Taylor once jokingly referred to Ryan as her godkid's sperm donor. Instead of taking it lightly, Ryan and Blake happily jumped in on the joke and turned it into a full-blown internet moment by responding and making more jokes about it on Instagram. This playful interaction kept them trending online, exactly what they needed to keep the spotlight on themselves and their projects. But while they thought it was funny, the public didn't seem to take it that way. Many felt it was another desperate attempt to keep the buzz going around It Ends With Us, despite the heavy backlash they were already facing. Instead of addressing the valid criticisms about their handling of the movie, the couple chose to focus on keeping their social circle and business interests intact, further proving that their intentions were purely profit-driven. As the drama continued, it brought attention back to Blake and Ryan's marriage. Blake had accused Baldoni of kissing her longer than necessary during the romantic scenes, sparking rumors that Ryan was uncomfortable seeing his wife act intimately with another man. This was similar to how he felt during his marriage with Scarlett Johansson. It also reminded people of Ryan's possessive nature when Scarlett was outshining him in her career. Fans speculated that Ryan didn't want Baldoni to gain attention in the film, hence why they pushed him out. This led people to dig deeper into their history. People discovered that Ryan has a pattern of controlling behavior. He met Blake while still married to Scarlett and allegedly started cheating on her with Blake. They kept their relationship hidden while Ryan pretended his marriage was still intact. Once his divorce with Scarlett was finalized, he immediately started dating Blake. Blake also made desperate moves to win Ryan's attention during their time on Green Lantern. She would bake brownies for him every morning before the shoot, despite having early call times. This obsessive behavior later manifested into a marriage where Ryan seemingly controlled most aspects of Blake's career. As people kept digging, they found disturbing things like Blake romanticizing the antebellum era and even getting married on a slavery plantation. Blake never acknowledged the history of the place or apologized. Instead, they turned their wedding into a quirky Southern fantasy. Fans are now comparing their situation to Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, where the once perfect couple eventually had their dark secrets exposed. People are now waking up to the fact that Ryan and Blake's perfect couple image was simply a PR stunt built on power, control, and influence. Now the fallout is severe. Baldoni's fans are calling out Ryan and Blake for sabotaging his movie. Their business moves, like releasing Blake's hair care line alongside It Ends With Us, only confirmed they were using the film for profit. The tension between them and Baldoni seems irreversible. Meanwhile, former co-stars like TJ Miller have already exposed Ryan's two-faced nature on set, claiming that Ryan is deeply insecure, manipulative, and controlling. Blake is now being viewed as complicit in Ryan's controlling behavior. And now, the world finally sees the truth behind Hollywood's perfect couple, a relationship built on lies, control, and destruction. And if you think the fallout stops here, think again. As the lawsuit rages on, it's clear the public's sympathy is shifting heavily towards Justin Baldoni, leaving Ryan and Blake struggling to maintain their image. Ryan is reportedly losing support in Hollywood, while Blake's brand is witnessing a steep decline in sales as consumers turn their backs. Baldoni's supporters are louder than ever, exposing the couple's manipulative tactics. And now, with former co-stars and insiders speaking up, the world is forced to ask, was the Blake and Ryan love story ever real? Or was it just another elaborate Hollywood scam built on deception and greed? The facade is crumbling, and it seems like everyone is finally waking up.